Hello, and welcome to Construct, a concert on Main Street by Main Street Theater Collective. Tonight we're going to experience a collection of songs exploring the social constructs in musical theater. Construct was created and developed by Emily Ahrens. Tonight's first performance will be by Mari. Mari will be performing at Huntley High School. Huntley High School is around 3,000 students, and the Performing Arts Center holds around 600 students. Tonight, we would like to extend a special thank you to Nathan Knapke and the entire student tech crew for their work on this concert.
Learn to slam on the brake before I even turn the key, before I make the mistake, before I lead with the worst of me. Give them no reason to stare, no slipping up if you slip away. So I've got nothing to share, no, I've got nothing to say. Step out of the sun if you keep getting burned. Step out of the sun because you've learned, On the outside, always looking in, will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass, waving through window. I try to speak, but nobody can hear, so I wait around for an answer to appear while I'm watching people pass, waving through window. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving back at me? We start with stars in our eyes. We start believing that we belong, but every sun doesn't rise, and no one tells you where you went wrong. Step out of the sun if you keep getting burned. Step out of the sun because you've learned, On the outside, always looking in, will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass, waving through window. I try to speak, but nobody can hear, so I wait around for an answer to appear while I'm watching people pass, waving through window. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? Did I even make a sound? Did I even make a sound? It's like I never made a sound. Will I ever make a sound? On the outside, always looking in, will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass, waving through a window. I try to speak, but nobody can hear, so I wait around for an answer to appear while I'm watching people pass, waving through a window. See, is anybody waving back at me? Is anybody waving, waiting? Whoa.
Our next performer this evening is Nisi, who will be performing at Huntley High School.
Theodore writes me a letter every day. I keep He's on the British side in Georgia. He's trying to keep the colonies in line, but he can keep all of Georgia. Theodosia, she's mine. Love doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It takes and it takes and it takes, and we keep loving anyway. We laugh and we cry and we break and we make our mistakes, and if there's a reason I'm by her side when so many have tried, then I'm willing to wait for it. I'm willing to wait for it. My grandfather was a fire and brimstone preacher, but there are things that the homilies and hymns won't teach you. My mother was a genius. My father commanded respect. When they died, they left no instructions, just a legacy to protect. Death doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It takes and it takes and it takes, and we keep living anyway. We rise and we fall and we break and we make our mistakes, and if there's a reason I'm still alive when everyone who loves me has died, I'm willing to wait for it. I'm willing to wait for it. Wait for it. I am the one thing in life I can control. I am inimitable, I am an original. I'm not falling behind or running late. I'm not standing still, I am lying in wait. Hamilton faces an endless uphill climb. He has something to prove, he has nothing to lose. Hamilton's pace is relentless, he wastes no time. What is it like in his shoes? Hamilton doesn't hesitate, he exhibits no restraint. He takes and he takes and he takes it, and he keeps winning anyway. He changes the game, he plays and he raises the stakes, and if there's a reason he seems to thrive when too few survive, then goddamn it, I'm willing to wait for it. I'm willing to wait. Life doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It takes and it takes and it takes. We rise and we fall, and if there's a reason I'm still alive when so many have died, then I'm willing to wait for it.
Our next performer will be Sarah, who will be performing in Huntley High School.
I never made this world, I didn't even lose it, and I know no one said it was fair. They had a garden once, they had a chance to choose it, they gave it away, including my share, and now we're lost in the wilderness, lost crying in the wilderness, and if anyone's watching, it seems they couldn't care less. We're lost in the wilderness. You follow all the rules, you swallow all the stories, and every night you wish on a star, dreaming your day will come, trusting in allegories, and every morning, boy, look where you are. Lost in the wilderness, lost, slowly dying in the wilderness, and with no chance of living, boy, until you confess you're lost in the wilderness. Don't you ever watch the eagle fly to the sun and wonder how it got to feel so free? If you ever have, you know the journey's begun. Hey, what have you got to lose, boy, when already we are lost in the wilderness? And where we are headed, boy, I couldn't even guess, but off we go without a warning, running as we hit the ground, where our future lies a warning, where our hearts are outward bound. one bright and distant morning, we may stop and look around, and there in the wilderness, finally we'll be found.
Our next performer will be Faith, who will be performing at Wapaka High School. Wapaka High School is home to 700 students, and the PAC holds around 750 people. Tonight, we would like to give a special thanks to Eric Connor for allowing us to use the space.
Safe behind these walls and these parapets of stone, gazing at the people down below me. All my life I watched them as I hide here alone, hungry for the histories they show me. All my life I memorized their faces, knowing them as they would never know me. All my life I wondered how it feels to pass a day when I'm above them.
Our next performance will be by Abraham, who will be performing again in Huntley High School.
This is my street. I smile at the faces I've known all my life. They regard me with pride, and everyone's sweet. They say you're going places, but how can I say that while I was away, I had so much to hide? Hey guys, it's me, the biggest disappointment, you know. The kid couldn't hack it. She's back, and she's walking real slow. Welcome home, just breathe. Just breathe. forgotten boleros. I think of the days when the city was mine. I remember the praise. Ay, te adoro, te quiero. The neighborhood waved and said, Nina, be brave, and you're gonna be fine. And maybe it's me, but it all seemed like lifetimes ago. So what do I say to these faces that I used to know? Hey, I'm home, mira, Nina, hey. They're not worried about me. They are all counting on me to succeed. I am the one who made it out, the one who always made the grade. But maybe I should have just stayed home. When I was a child, I stayed wide awake, climbed to the highest place on every fire escape, restless to climb. I got every scholarship saved, every dollar, the first to go to college. How do I tell them I'm coming back home with my eyes on the horizon? Just me in the GWB, asking G, Nina, what'll you be? Straighten the spine, smile for the neighbors. Everything's fine, everything's cool. The standard reply, lots of tests, lots of papers. Smile, wave goodbye, and pray to the sky. Oh God, what will my parents say? Can I go in there and say, I know that I'm letting you down? Nina, just breathe.
Our next performer will be Savannah. She will be performing at the Mockingbird on Main in Davenport, Iowa, a small studio space that holds around 50 people. We would like to give a special thanks to Savannah for letting us use her space.
Yes, she looks for me. Good. Let her look for me to tell me why she left me, as I always knew she would. I had thought she understood. They have never understood, and no reason that they should. But if anybody could, finishing the hat, how you have to finish the hat, how you watch the rest of the world from a window while you finish the hat, mapping out a sky, what it feels like planning a sky, what you feel when voices that come through the window go, until they distance and die, until there's nothing but sky, and how you're always turning back too late from the grass or the stick or the dog or the light, how the kind of woman willing to wait's not the kind that you want to find waiting to return you to the night, dizzy from the height, coming from the hat, studying the hat, entering the world of the hat, reaching through the world of the hat like a window, back to this one from that, studying a face, stepping back to look at a face, leaves a little space in the way like a window, but to see, it's the only way to see, and when the woman you wanted goes, you can say to yourself, well, I give what I give, But the woman who won't wait for you knows that however you live, there's a part of you always standing by, mapping out a sky. Finishing a hat, starting on a hat, finishing a hat. Look, I made a hat where there never was a hat.
Tonight's next performer will be Gwen, who will be performing at Port Washington High School. Port Washington has around 1,000 students, and the PAC holds around 725 students. Tonight, we would like to give a special thanks to Dennis Gebhardt for letting us use the space.
Folks, we finally got a headline. Newsies crushed his Bulls attack. Reggie's calling me to groups just too damn slow. Guys are fighting, bleeding, falling. Thanks to good old Captain Jack. Captain Jack just wants to close his eyes and go. Let me go. Far away. Somewhere that he won't ever find me. Tomorrow won't remind me of today. The city's finally sleeping. The moon looks old and gray. I got a train that's bound for Stella. And I'm gone. I'm done. No more running, no more lying. No more battles meant denying hey, just a moon so big and yellow, it turns night right into day. Dreams come true, they do in Santa Fe. Where does it say you've gotta live and die here? Where does it say a guy can't catch a break? Why should you only take what you're given? Why should you spend your whole life living trapped where there ain't no future? Even at 17, breaking your back for someone else's sake. If the light don't seem to suit ya, how about a change of scene? Far from the lousy headlines and the deadlines in between. Santa Fe, my old friend, I can't spend my whole life dreaming, though I know that's all I seem inclined to do. I ain't getting any younger, and I want to start brand new. I need space and fresh air. Let 'em laugh in my face. I don't care. Save my place. I'll be there. Just be real is all I'm asking, not some painting in my head. 'Cause I'm dead if I can't count on you today. I got nothing if I ain't got Santa Fe.
Our next performance this evening is by Asia, who will be performing again at Huntley High School.
Out of the ruins and rubble, out of the smoke, out of our night of struggle, can we see a ray of hope? One we can start slowly but truly mending, brick by brick, heart by heart. Now, maybe now, we start learning how we can build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city, not a city of angels, but we can build a city of men. When your trust is all but shattered, when your faith is all but killed, you can give up bitter and battered, or you can slowly start to build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city, not a city of angels, but finally a city of men. A city of men.
Thank you for joining us for Construct, a concert on Main Street by Main Street Theater Collective. We would like to extend a special thank you again to all of the venues that allowed us to use their spaces and all of the people that helped create this concert. If you would like to find out more about Main Street Theater Collective, you can find us online at mainsttc.com or follow us on Instagram at Main Street Theater Collective. Thank you so much and have a lovely evening.